Here's what I would do if I'd lost everything tomorrow. So I've lost my multi-million-pound property portfolio and I am starting from zero, and here's how you can do it too. So my name's Abby Hookway. 8 years ago, I was really scared, nervous. I'd heard about property investing and I thought it was a good idea. But for someone like me, I was in 24 grand worth of debt. I had my 2 kids on my own as a single mum. I didn't own any property. I just rented a little house. How on earth do I get into property investing? Could I even start? I've not got loads of money. Over the years, what I figured out and what I know now is you do not need money to start a property portfolio. You can start with zero. What you do need is the knowledge and the education of how to do it. But once you've got that, you're going to be off. And property isn't as scary as people make out. So in today's episode, I'm going to highlight exactly what I would do if I lost everything and I had to start from zero again right now this year. So step number 1, educate yourself and educate yourself relentlessly. That means spend every day reading, doing workshops, podcasts, everything you can get hold of. Now I'm gonna make this super easy for you. In the description of this video is a link to my free 90-minute workshop where I've got 90 minutes where I'm showing you the 10 property strategies, loads of different ways how to fund them to get you fast-tracked on the world of property investing. So tip number 2, I want you to build a power network. This means getting people in your inner circle that are where you want to go. I want you to go and network and find high net worth people, people that are successful, people with loads of money, because these people will help you on your journey. Now this is easier than you think. What I want you to do is network online. There's loads of them online. So get networking, make friends. Get out to your local networking events, property networking, business networking. I made a friend once at a 5-star hotel. You don't have to stay at the hotel, but I was in the reception lobby just having a coffee and a guy sat down next to me with his laptop. I asked him what he did. We've remained friends ever since. So I want you to get out there, speak to as many people as possible, because network is your net worth. If you have a look at your current friends and their bank balances, they'll be pretty similar to yours. So what you have to do is you have to network with millionaires and billionaires so your bank balance becomes like them, because they rub off on you, the things they say, the things they do, and also there might be some investors there that will invest in you and your property business. So when you're networking, I want you to talk to people, because you are a normal person and people buy into people. It's massive. So I want you to be interested in them and see how you can help them, serve them, offer them value, just something that you can connect with them, because this is the biggest thing where people want help. So I want you to relax, be yourself, and just have fun getting to know these people, talking to them, and see how you can actually help them. Is there a way you can add value in their lives, and how can they add value in yours? I always say to people, property, networking, business, it's all a people game. It's got to win for you and it's got to win for them. And if you can bring 2 people together to help each other, beautiful. And property investing does that lovely. So tip number 3 is partner with someone who has the money. So this is finding people with money where you can help them and they can help you. One of my very first investors was my dentist. So I was a single mum. I was heavily in debt, my credit rating weren't great, and I needed money to be able to invest in property. I'd found a little property, it was run down, I wanted to refurb it and I wanted to flip it, but I needed the money. I needed about £200,000. So I went to the dentist and I got talking to my dentist. Now I listened to what his problem was. He had a lot of money, but he had no time. That money was just sat in the bank and it was going down in value. So what we said to my dentist was, I'll help you, you help me. So how about, Mr. Dentist, I take this money from you, I have it for a year, and I'll give you a 10% return. So literally you don't do anything, you just give me the money because you're time poor, and I'm going to give you a 10% return. With that money, that's going to help me buy this property, pay for buying it, doing it up, all the legals and everything. I'm going to sell it and I'll give you 10% back. So I'll give you your original pot of money plus £20,000. That helped me to flip that property, and after I'd paid the dentist his £20,000, I made 72 grand net profit. So I want you to do the same. Don't go running to your dentist because they might not be happy with me putting this out, but go and find people that are high net worth, people with money in the bank, and help them. Like I helped my dentist. Help them create a win-win in property. So tip number 4, do you really have zero? So what most normal people do is they look at their bank and they go, yeah, I've not really got any money. And that they think that's it, they shut the door. But there's so many different lazy hidden money hidden in your life that you might not know about. The first one is going to be lazy money in your house. So if you own a house and you've got a mortgage on the house, likelihood the house will have equity in it, because so the house has gone up in value. You've got the part that's mortgaged, the part that's not mortgaged is called equity. And what you can do, I call it lazy money, is get that equity out, you can draw it out, and then you can use it to invest in property. So that's the first area. The second area would be in your pension. So when I was 35 years old, I did a calculation and was horrified that my pension, if I keep paying into it until I was 67 years old, I'd retire on £6,000 a year. So I realised the money in my pension wasn't working for me. So what you can do is you can take the money out of your pension, you can put it into a private pension, and then that private pension, called a SAS, can lend money to your property limited company so you can invest in property. Always get financial advice from a pension advisor or whatever. I'm not here to give you that advice, but I'm here to show you what you can do. So pension is the second one. The third one is having lazy money maybe in your business. So if you're a business owner, you've got a load of money there, you don't want to draw it out because you're going to get hit by dividends tax. How about investing in assets for your business? Buying commercial property. There's loads of ways there's lazy money in your life, but just think about where you could find some. Tip number 5 is you can start in property on no money down strategies. There's quite a few strategies in property where you need zero or very little capital to get started. The first one's called rent to rent. So take this house, for example. I could come and rent it from the landlord, legally, compliantly, and I put it on booking.com and Airbnb, and I'm going to make a load of money that way. I'd tell the landlord correctly what I'm doing, I'd get the right compliance to doing it, I'd pay the landlord the rent, and then having it on Airbnb, I've got guests staying, paying me money. I make profit from the difference paying the landlord and the money the guest is giving me. That's my profit. Now, to do rent to rent, a lot of people go, oh, it's illegal, Abby, it's subletting. It isn't if you do it on the right legal contracts. So I wouldn't be a tenant for the landlord. I would be a commercial business, renting their property for commercial uses. So you want the right contract so it's not illegal. But rent to rent is a great way to get started. My first 2 properties, I got set up and going for as little as £200. I didn't pay a deposit and I didn't pay rent up front because I'm a commercial business. I paid rent in arrears. So I got the whole 2 little properties going for less than £200, which was exciting. And those properties made me net profit about 22 grand a year, which was beautiful, starting with 2 little properties I didn't own. So that's the first one. The second one is called lease option. So this is where you can get properties for £1, which is exciting. So you would find somebody that's struggling to sell their property or rent it. And there might be many reasons why they're struggling, but they've got an empty house, they don't know what to do with it. You would come in and you'd go, hi, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take over the property for you. I'm not paying you rent, I'm gonna pay you enough to cover your mortgage payment every month. And in 10 years, I'll buy the property from you. But I'm gonna buy the property at today's price. The contract and the agreement needed is £1 to do it. You can do it. You then put your own tenant in. The tenant pays you rent. You pay the owner's mortgage and then you walk away with profit. But the exciting thing is you get to buy that property in 10 years for today's price. When it's gone up in value, you're getting a bargain. So lease options are a great way to start. The third way would be called deal packaging. So this is a cash flow strategy. It's not going to build you a portfolio, but the cash might. So what I want you to do is go and find great property deals. You go and find them, you agree the price with the owner, get it secured, and then you pass it to someone else. That someone else goes and buys it, but they give you a finder's fee. And the finder's fee can be from anything from £3,000 to £10,000. I've got students doing this each month earning 18 grand. And all they're doing is helping other people by finding great deals, passing them on and getting paid a finder's fee. So strategies are like this are such a great way to get started if, like me, you're starting in debt or with no money, or you want to do property without investing a lot of money into it. These are a great way to get started. But again, don't do it without the right education and knowledge, because there's compliance, health and safety, Do it right, do it properly, and make a load of money. So make sure you click the link in my description and come to my free 90-minute workshop where I'm going to go into more strategies you can do with zero money. I'll go into the compliances and I'll give you everything you need to get started with zero.